Good evening, PMC family, and thank you for making time to be together in what has been a very difficult year. Between the pandemic, economic recession, contentious political landscape, and quest for social justice, it is sometimes hard to find the light. But tonight, the PMC will cast some stardust in this, the darkest time of the year. This year, I occasionally needed to glance at my PMC ID tag to remember who I am, to reinforce my priorities. I started riding my bike on January 1st because pre-pandemic, it was the warmest, driest winter in memory. In late March, the pandemic pushed all of us outside as it was the safest environment to exercise, and it still is. All of this to say that when it came to reimagining the PMC weekend experience, I was well-trained, motivated, but a bit disoriented. I want to apply to all of you who took it upon yourselves to be creative, motivated, and remain on mission when the world was stopped in its tracks. Prior to March, we were on our way to achieving a $65 million goal. We had a record registration, an outstanding cast of alumni and new riders, volunteers, sponsors, and donors. The pandemic changed everything. By April, we who work at the PMC knew what we wanted to do and how to do it. But none of it would have been achievable without you and the culture of commitment that is the PMC. The nonprofit world anticipated a drop of 50%. The authon world, even worse, if the event or charity was able to sustain itself at all. In recognizing the possibility of a potential 30% loss over last year's gift of $63 million, we posed a challenge of $41 million for our 41st year. We found that goal to be fair and daunting. Tonight's program will reinforce the importance of our work and the team behind our team, Dana-Farber. They provide hope and progress in the war against cancer, a war that will not end anytime soon, regardless of our political, environmental, or social climate. Simply put, honoring the PMC mission is amongst the most unifying themes that I or anyone else can embrace. Thank you all for feeling equally passionate and delivering on those sentiments. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, everybody. I am so thrilled to be here for tonight's PMC Check presentation. I know even though we're not here together in person, I really feel that we are together because we're united by a very common purpose, and that is to reduce the burden of cancer. And that's what makes the PanMass Challenge such an incredible community. This summer, Greg and I were very proud to participate in a reimagined ride. This is our 5th PMC, and while this did look different, it didn't really feel all that different because the spirit and the camaraderie were stronger than ever. Billy likes to say that there's a lot riding on the PMC, and I couldn't agree more. The PMC and Dana-Farber, I think, are more united than ever before because cancer does not stop because of a pandemic, and neither have we. And I want to really thank the PMC because in May, at the height of the first COVID-19 surge, the PMC provided Dana-Farber some really critical support when we needed it most by raising more than $4 million for our emergency response fund. And that enabled the Institute to deliver unmatched patient care with the proper safety protections while maintaining important progress in our labs and in our clinics. So I'm very confident that with the PMC's cornerstone support, we're going to emerge as a stronger Dana-Farber for the patients who need us. I think we have much to celebrate tonight, and I'm looking forward to that wonderful moment, revealing the amount you all worked so hard to raise this year, even in the face of unthinkable challenges. So on behalf of the entire Dana-Farber community and the Jimmy Fund community, I want to thank you all so much for your unwavering commitment, your partnership, and your support. Thank you.
I've been a PMC writer for 3 years, and I've been truly amazed by the spirit of PMC and everybody who contributes to PMC. It's special for me because I work at Dana-Farber and I see the support that Dana-Farber has in the community. And so feeling that is really awesome.
The really special thing about Dana-Farber is it's not just one person, it's a community of doctors and scientists and nurses and wonderful administrative staff, but also families and patients and their support teams, the people that are out there pedaling in the PanMass Challenge. It's a community of people working together to really change the world for all patients diagnosed with cancer, but specifically in my world for the children with the brain tumors.
What sets Dana-Farber apart is the passion and commitment in two ways. One is the research and clinical staff here are completely dedicated to make science, new findings, count for patients, improve the diagnosis, prognosis, or treatment of patients with cancer. The second thing that sets Dana-Farber apart is the treating patients as family. Everyone here thinks of the patients and their families as loved ones and treats those patients as they themselves would want to be treated. And overwhelmingly, the PanMass Challenge represents what's very special about Dana-Farber. There is a very grassroots, heartfelt commitment from individuals not only around New England, but across this country and in fact world, to help us in our effort. The PMC is the pinnacle, the ultimate example of what it means to make the world a better place for patients and their families with cancer, not only in New England, but internationally as well.
I think the one other thing that it's maybe hard to describe what it is this so-called Dana-Farber special sauce. And I guess my definition of that special sauce is that it's the fact that when a patient comes here, she or he feels like everybody is surrounding them with care, and that their needs are the focus of not just the doctors and nurses and social workers and psychologists and pharmacists here, but the people sitting at the front desk making appointments, and for that matter, the people behind the scenes who are helping to run the Institute. Everyone here comes here, that is the employees, with a sense of mission. And that sense of mission is something that I think patients really feel.
What would Dana-Farber be like without our PMC? And I think the answer to that question is that there would be a lot less innovation here, and Dana-Farber wouldn't have had the impact both nationally and globally in the fight on cancer.
Well, I just want to take this moment to thank all the PMC riders, all the PMC volunteers, and all of the donors for everything that you have been able to make possible over these past 30 plus years. It has meant a huge amount to patients, not only at Dana-Farber, but really around the world.
So I really wanted to thank all of the PanMass Challenge riders and their support teams and families who are out there. There are children alive today that we see in clinic that I honestly believe would not have been alive if they were diagnosed 5 or 10 years ago because of research that was funded by you as you were pedaling. So I want you guys to remember when you're out there riding in the heat or if it's raining that with every pedal that you're pedaling, you are changing the lives of children and other cancer patients that you're never going to meet. So on behalf of them and our teams, thank you.
often think that people have forgotten to take care of each other in this world. You, as riders, volunteers in the PMC, represent all that is good in this world, because by your sweat and commitment and dedication to our cause, you are giving the gift of hope and the gift of life to patients and their families all around the world. There is no greater gift than this. I send my heartfelt thanks personally and from all the patients around the world who are benefiting from your kindness.